We are going to do a video today emulating we've broken down in our Land Rover Defender, not through any reliability issue might I add, but because we've got a flat tyre. We haven't, but we're pretending we have. So we want to show you where the tools are located, we want to show you where the jacking points are located, and a safe way to change the wheel. So let's go and see who's the poor person that's broken down here. Have you broken down, young man? You crashed the new car. Look at that flat tyre. Don't worry, it's only flat at the bottom. It'll probably be all right. Right, so seriously now, so the safety first. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with this. So let's put the hazards on, shall we, Tyler? Let everyone know we're in a pickle. And just make sure the handbrake's on. So if you pull the handbrake lever, that's there. And they also said put the steering lock on, didn't they? So let's see. I've never actually engaged the steering lock. So what happens if you turn the wheel without, does it lock? Maybe give me the key. Maybe you have to. Maybe if I take the key away, maybe you have to pretend you're stealing it for the wheel steering lock to go on. Can we get the steering lock on, Tyler? You're not a very good car thief. He said that anyway. I can't work out how to put the steering lock on. I hadn't thought of that. There you go. Right. If anyone knows, put it in the comments below. Right then. So we've got the handbrake on. It's in park. The engine is off. Oh, look at that. You ready? We were going to store that in that. You're fire marshal today. Look at that. Right. So out you get, Tyler. Close the door. Right. Now, one issue, I don't want to keep going on about it, is that, so you've got your hazard lights on, but as soon as Tyler opens this door, we're going to lose visibility of this hazard light flashing here, because the spare wheel blocks it. So be super duper careful if you're broken down on the hard shoulder of the motorway and you're doing this, and that's why we need to get the warning triangle. So your Defender should have stowed away, so you need to turn those little clips, and if you can get that out, Tyler. Right, your first challenge, Tyler, is to work out how to assemble a warning triangle. Yeah, so that lid pops off. There you go. Slip it out of there. Right. Now it sort of just unfolds. So you see these silvery, these are the hinge pins there. So you should just be able to sort of like fold it like a sort of pair of scissors. That's it. Rotate it. That's it. Right. And then I think these bits clip together in some most cunning way. Yeah. Hold on. Let's have a look, Tyler. Show us what we're doing.
Toggle in a hole.
There you go. Right. Now I think it's got two little flip out legs. Oh yeah, you pull that little tether's for you to pull. That's for your convenience, Tyler, especially for you.
Worth every penny.
Worth every penny. Now, right, so now we need to position that back. Now Jack's doing his theory test and he told me it was 10 meters, which is about 2 of the height of you, isn't it, Tyler?
Yeah, it is. Well.
Yeah, so we'll put that. So obviously put the warning triangle so people can see. Now, is that likely to fall over? Do we need one leg forward and one leg back? No, the weight of the thing stops it. That's all right.
Oh, some legs at the back.
There's some legs at the back.
Missed that. Why missed that?
I didn't even notice that. Look at that. A fully stable warning triangle. Right. So we are looking good. We've written a little list. We've written a checklist on our handy whiteboard, haven't we, Tyler? So that's what it's there for. There you go, handy whiteboard built into every Defender 110. Right, so we've stopped hazards. We've got the electronic parking brake on. We've put the warning triangle up. Spare. Right, we are on the spare wheel. So you are going to need some tools now. Right, so let's get the tools. Let's get all the tools out now, shall we? Or we're going to be in and out and messing about. Now, if you've got the 7 seats, I don't know where your tools will be. Right. So in the back here. That's it. Just take that out of the way. We're in the right. We don't need the tow hook, not yet. We don't need. That's a spare. That's the spare wheelie put you back on thing. Right. Oh, we need the locking wheel nut. Grab that. Let's have that out. You will need that. Yep. You keep hold of that. Right. Yeah. Put that down somewhere safe. Right. Now grab that whole. I reckon the rest of it will come out of a whole shebang. Just give it a. Right. That's it. Right. Is there anything? Well, have we got any wheel chocks yet, Tyler, or have they diddled us on the wheel chock front? We haven't seen any. Is there any? Oh, that's no. So there we go. We haven't got any wheel chocks. They might have diddled us on the wheel chock front. I have to look at that. I have to ask the dealer about that. Right, no wheel chocks. I don't think. It didn't mention that they were going to be. You'd think they'd put them in this. This looks wheel chock shaped. Right, so if you can find some wheel chocks in your Defender, you should put them on the wheel diagonally opposite. Now we're going to jack the rear wheel. Now the problem is the handbrake, the electronic parking brake, if you like, will only lock the rear wheel. So when we lock the rear wheel, when we jack it, sorry, this one isn't giving us any braking. So we're kind of reliant on one wheel to stop us moving. So you really ought to jack the the wheels on the opposite side. Right, we'll gloss over that, Tyler. We've chalked it up, haven't we? Or you could find some handy bricks or something around. But I think we're okay. We're on level ground. Right. And we're professionals, Tyler. Don't forget that. Right. So, I reckon close that door. Now, what you don't want to be doing is opening and closing this door when the car is on a jack, because you might get it going a bit wobbly. So, make sure you got your tools out. And right. And now let's get going. So, if you've got steel wheels, you'll have a little plastic hubcap you'll have to point out. But because we're flash and we got the alloys, we're going to have to undo these. Now, the bottom two have got this little tricky locking wheel nut. The top ones are standard. So I reckon do the top one first, Tyler. Right, so somehow you've got to disengage what should be a spannery socket wrenchy thing there. That's right, get your Velcro strap off, that keeps it all together. Right, you want that bit there off first, don't you? It's all clipped, yeah. And then give that. Right. So I reckon loosen the top one, keep that other one in your hand to do the bottom two. Yep. So right. So we're going anti-clockwise. I would go down, Tyler, because then you can use your weight and you can like jump up and down on it if it's tight. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, hold on, that's right. Anti-clockwise, yeah. Yes. Go on, jump. Go on. Look at that. Right, so we need to do that a little bit, don't we? Yeah. Right, now let's see if we can undo the bottom two. That goes in there. What you might want to do, Tyler, is rather than wiggle that around to find the magic engagement point, I would do that first. Find the sweet spot of engagement there, and then put that on. Now, Tyler has never done this before. I don't know if I've said that already. So I was keen for Tyler to do it because he'd never changed the wheel before.
QR code on there.
Got a QR code. Do you reckon if we scan that, it'll give us the instructions?
I reckon it would.
We'll try that at the end of the video. Bonus feature at the end.
I don't know what else it would be.
Right. Yeah, that looks good. Right. Good. Right, so we will now undo those three nuts, because you don't want to watch us just spin those, and then we'll come and join you for the next step, which is going to be getting the wheel loose. So actually, while Tyler's beavering away there, these wheel nuts, the centre bit spins. They're quite clever. Look, the centre bit spins, but it's when you engage that inner complex pattern there. You've got to have the key to undo that. And they've got the taper edge there to lead them in. And these look like they will be the same as the wheel nuts on the car. So if you're missing a wheel nut on the car, you're probably as well to steal one off your spare wheel. I don't know why they don't give you 5. I guess it's to make it quicker. Right then, we'll keep going. Right, for the last one, I'm worried about scratching my car. So Tyler's just taking the weight with one hand. Right, so I would take the nut. You can take that nut out. It'll just precariously rest on the threads, but be careful, because it's got some little studs there. So we've got everything out of the way. Right, lift that off, Tyler. That's it. So you can see there, that's just got some standard studs holding that on. And again, when you finish, don't necessarily put it all back on here, because you've got to take the wheel to a tyre shop and get it done. So chuck it in the back if you've got room. Right, what are we doing now, Tyler? Now we have to loosen the wheels. So again, we don't want to loosen the wheels when it's on the jack, and also when it's jacked up, the wheel may rotate. It shouldn't because of the handbrake, but it may. Right, again, you've got to go anti-clockwise, Tyler, and I would use gravity to help you. So do it on the side, because you might need to get your foot on it. Right, perhaps you could do a demonstration of standing on it, Tyler, just in case anyone struggled, because our car is well shiny. Yeah, so if you can get it in a position like that, and what you can do is, but careful not to damage yourself. You might not have size 13 shoes, but... Right, yeah, so... You're gonna, yeah, go for it. Have a bit of gravity. Gravity's our friend. Yeah, unless you're falling off a building. But remember, Tyler, it's not height that kills you, it's the floor.
Just don't hit the floor. You'll be alright.
They are a trick old pattern I used in first time. Make sure you keep it well pushed in, Tyler. Otherwise you'll be stripping the... Right, so they're loose. Now we don't want to loosen them any more than that because the wheel has still got weight on it, right?
Yeah.
So now we need to fathom out that jack monster there, right? So I'll try and do this without taking too many cuts so that you can see it's not a staged video. Right, so let's work that out before we get in the road because at the moment we're safe on the pavement. Right, so work out what you can here, Tyler. Obviously, yeah, you need to unclip everything out of those clips, I reckon. So yeah, it pivots there. So keep going on that hook end, Tyler, and it'll just come out that. Yeah, you know, now push down on the, that's it, you got it. Right, that's right. Yeah, push, yeah, you might have to, that's it, right. So we've got a totally separate spangly bit, right? So I'll have to work that out. I honestly haven't got a clue. And we've got a jack there, right? And obviously when we turn this bit here, Tyler, I think we're gonna fit this hoop through.
Yeah.
It will send this up. And the key bit to know is we've got this little slot in here and we've got to find the jacking point on the car and get it so that lines up in there, and then we've got to spin this and you might better do it a little bit because I think they only go down this small, Tyler, so if you were by the side of the road you could go up a bit. Anyway, right, let's get out in the road, Tyler. Right, and what do we need? You just need the jack and the spindly thing for now. Well, we got our warning triangle, we're all safe. Right then, so we're going to do this rear wheel. Now on there, well, Tyler, well, let's have a look at the jacking points before. Right, so if you look really carefully, you'll see there's these little triangles on the plastic sill. Now they haven't made them. They could have made them a bit bolder, but that's another story, right? So that is where behind that you will find your jacking point. Now you can see quite clearly because I bought a white car. You can see there's this big lump of metal, cast metal, looks like it could be cast aluminium, coming down there, and that's where the jack has got to locate on. So just spin it up with your hand, Tyler. No need to just put the rod on it yet. You'll find it quicker by hand. Alright, now the book says don't put anything between the jack and the car or the jack and the floor.
Common sense.
It's common sense. Well, sometimes you think you need the extra height, but hopefully we don't. I want to prove that this jack, now if you've got side steps fitted, it's a little more tricky. And they were saying you have to put it in extended mode, raise the suspension up. But I'm just going to do the standard without side steps. Budget wouldn't stretch to side steps. Yeah, so you got to make sure you get it in there. Yeah, make sure it's located in. That looks bent enough to me, Tyler. Right.
Good enough.
Looks good. Right, double check right now. See if you can work out how to spinny McSpin that thing. So there must be some sort of tricky action, I think. Right, let's have a look. Let me zoom back a bit. Right. Right. So you got the hook end in there. Right. Do one turn and then you have to crank it there. You might better angle that hook bit up a bit, Tyler. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go on. I reckon that's it. You have to get a sort of funky motion. You're nearly coming out there. Get this note there. I think you got to get that because all right. See if you can just do it. That's it. Look, you've nearly got a full turn there. Right. Right, now we've got to get it up high enough to get that spare wheel off.
Just got to lift the Defender.
Just lift a quarter of a Defender. Right. So let's get you. It's alright, you're going good, Tyler. Right, I'll let Tyler carry on with this, or everyone's going to be fast forwarding. Right, I'm not fast forwarding it. Tyler's got the little motion. There's a little trickery to it. Right, and he's creaking and moaning, isn't he? Right, now have a quick look at that wheel, Tyler. Is he off the ground yet? We don't want to... No. Right, keep going then. I'll speed this bit up, so I'll try and do the old fast forward bit, and then you'll look real pro.
I look good.
meant to start it. There you go, we're good. Right, so that's the wheel off there, Tyler. Go on then, grab that flat one. Right. Wheel him out the way. We'll put him in the back later. Don't try and put him in the back while it's up on the axle on the jack, sorry. Because we're going to get into trouble there. But yeah, put it out. Put it on the pavement out of the road. Right, let's grab the new one. This is the exciting bit. Actually, shall I put those new alloys on I'm going to put on? Alright, let's pause the video. Let's go and get the sexy wheel. Right, I'm trying my new wheel. So we've positioned it roughly, but you've got to be careful that I haven't got the centre caps in here. But there's an inner lip on this casting there. And it's not enough to have it on the wheel nuts. If you get it right, you'll feel it slip on. So you'll have to lift it up a bit and wiggle it, Tyler. And you'll notice at the back, if you can see here, it'll go up nice and flush. That looks pretty good, but you'll have to get a wheel nut on it at the same time.
Oh, good.
I'm trying to feel, man. I think I'm there. Yeah, you want to cross thread it. Make sure you get it on a couple of turns first. Right. Try and get that one tight-ish first, Tyler. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Well, now don't do him too tight, as long as he's keeping it on that lip. There's a proper word for it, isn't there? There's a hub. Right.
Seems alright.
Yeah, you've got all your wheel nuts. You can see all your wheel studs in there.
You can definitely feel it.
Yeah, and the reason you don't do that one up too tight is you've got to make sure you can get all of those in. Now, when we come to tighten the wheel nuts, I'll speed it up, but you do one, get that as sort of tighten up, and then you do one opposite it, and then you do one opposite it, and then you do one opposite it, and then you, so rather than just sort of doing it from one side down, you try and sort of swap it about opposite. We got get the locking wheel nut on. That's it, engage that. Now these are these are the ones I bought for the G4 Disco 3. They've sort of been stolen off him while he's unloved. This whole shutdown thing's messed us up, hasn't it, Tyler? We've lost, how many weeks have we lost? We've lost like 6 weeks really, haven't we, of workshop time.
Workshop doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, the workshops with social distancing and everything else is getting tricky to work out how we can do the videos and fix the cars, but we're getting there. Right, let's let Tyler get on with that. Alright, just give those a final tighten, just to check they're okay. Tyler's done most of them. Again, try and do them opposite ones. Remember, Tyler, we had a little chuckle to ourselves. It said, avoid fast and jerky motions. Oh, yeah. And you were getting a bit fast and jerky there, I'd say. You was. Easy now, yes. Enough. Right, let's let the jack down now. So again, leave everything there. Don't open the back door till we're all down. Oh, I do like my new wheels. Let's have a little look, see. Oh, obviously it's going to look better when I got 4 of them on. Oh, they're looking nice. You're doing that fast and not jerky, Tyler. That's the... Oh, is that like a little slip? You broke... you home wrecker, look. He's broken my anti-fatigue grip. Oh. What is it with smokers, Tyler? Look, they can't even be bothered to look, was that even worth smoking? I guess he could be giving up or something, but there we go. Right, yeah, when it gets loose, take it out. Now, don't bother about tidying it all up. We do that when we get home. You don't want to be in the middle of the road, and you've got to get your wife to hospital, Tyler. Right then, it's too late now. Right, now what we need is we need this bit now. Chuck the jack in there, just lob it in. Watch my tins of sardines. Sardines, I've got tins of sardines. That's for the next video, Tyler, look. Yeah. But that's... Everyone's going to wonder why we got 3 tins of sardines for a video. Now, I think this is to help us guide this on, Tyler. So I think what it does is if you put that there... I've never done this before, Tyler, but... Oh, you got a... I don't think you need to do it tight. I think it just centralises it. I don't think there's any point in doing it tight. And then grab Grab any wheel you like, Tyler. Now, hold on. Here, pro tip here. That centre cap, apparently, according to Craig, has got to be level, say in Land Rover. So it might be worth using the, knock it out using the wrench. Tyler's looking at me, what is he going on about? So tip the wheel up, hold the wheel up, Tyler, and just poke that wheel centre out from the back there. There you go. Nearly had my hand, there we go. Right, and we'll put that on last, because we're going to be pro, aren't we? Land Rover didn't give it to me with it straight, and it's bugging people. Right,
That's what you do on the side of the road when you break it down.
yeah. You could as well put the air valve at the bottom, Tyler, just for symmetry. These people on YouTube, they get proper Larry. Right, go on then. Alright.
So that
Yeah.
would be lined
Now,
up.
actually, talking of that, Craig at Camtech, he'll get all upset. So we've got our wheel nuts over there. Let me just explain. Right, Craig at Camtech says you've got to have, wherever you've got your stud, you should put your locking wheel nut opposite. Because then at night time, when you're fumbling around, you know, there's your valve, and you know the locking wheel nut will be opposite. And also, apparently, it helps the dynamic balance of the wheel. I'm not convinced on that one, but I'll pass on Craig's top tip. So we did that wrong. Craig's going to be cussing me.
Or when we break down, we can get him over here.
Yes. Apparently no car leaves his workshop unless it's like that.
So I'm going to put that on top then.
Yep, so the two lockers go at the bottom. Symmetry, yeah. I don't think we're worried about dynamic balance exactly here, are we? But look, we've got the valve at the bottom, look. So I guess we get these two on, Tyler, then undo that one, and it should be central then, yeah? So it acts as a predefined space. So it does make it a bit easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder if you could use that on the... I wonder if actually you could use that on the car when you're putting the wheel on.
That would make sense.
It would make sense, wouldn't it? But I don't think it told us to do that. Someone comment below if they've ever done that. If you're struggling to put the wheel on, it might make sense to put that on, slide it over, and that might make sense, yeah. We make this up as we go along, we honestly do. We're going to get busted out one day so bad, Tyler.
Someone do it properly.
Right, we'll let Tyler finish that and get that, and then we should be able to unscrew that one then when it's tight. So there we go, we're all finished, we're safely repaired. We've got, Craig will be happy, I've got the Land Rover central, I've got the dust cap at the top. We forgot it doing the wheel there. We'll get the wheel centers in there, and we'll get the wheels. We'll show you another day when we've got all the wheels on. So there we go, well done Tyler. Job done. Right, let's get home.